Hello everyone, welcome back to Chakafe. Do you know what? After watching this interview of the former Minister of Women Affairs, I bet you and I promise you, there will never be anything that will still make you believe Nigeria go better. I said it again. There will never be anything that will make you believe, say, Nigeria go better. If you say a lie, let's watch this video, then we'll come back to continue our discussion.
There's another aspect of your time in office that I want us to speak to, and it's because of the concerns that are constantly raised around Nigeria's civil service. Some say if we get our civil service correctly, the country would be properly positioned. And then there's the other aspect of women in public office. So I want to get your understanding or your experience as working with civil servants as a woman.
Thank you. That issue is a very passionate issue to me, this issue of civil servants. Because if you should ask me my opinion like you ask me now, I would tell you 70% of our problems are civil servants. And why are there problems? It's not equally their fault that they are the problem, it's the system. Because the system gives them the room to behave the way they are behaving that is totally ruining the country. Because if a president will come out and give out trillions of naira to ministries, most monies we bring out for as this thing, it goes to the ministries, isn't it? What do they do with it? What do they write in their budgets that are being approved? Who are the people approving such budgets? Where a whole 1.8 billion will be written for advocacies, meetings, and consultancies, and somebody will approve it. Who are the people approving those budgets?
Well, the National Assembly and the President.
That is the issue. No, the point is that these are the things that should be looked into. Because they can't write anything that in a hurry, they just copy and paste what they did. I had a lot of issues with them. Why are you not consulting me to write what I need you people to achieve and put for the budget?
So you're basically saying that the budgets the budget that you presented for National Assembly, you were not entirely involved in the process.
They did it behind me. I had to complain. I had to write. But fortunately for me, the budget was not released. No budget was released to me all through the time I was a minister. Because I felt that, and I know the president probably is doing that, the money is given to them to me is a waste. It's a waste. Because you can't write off 1.8 billion, you use 150 million to do a meeting of about 100 people, and it is okay. When you speak, they look at you that you're pouring sand into their gari. That is a problem.
But how can something like that be checked?
Let them check, stop issue of this budgetary.
Yeah.
When they are writing their budgets, there must be what every ministry is supposed to do. And your budget must be there. You must achieve something. You can't be Minister of Women Affairs, all your budget, nothing for empowerment of women. Nothing to put aside for the cases concerning the children. Most of the cases I did with my funds. Even the Niger State case that I had to fight for those women, children. Remember, when that Niger State matter came, I didn't just jump into it. CNN contacted me. BBC contacted me on that issue. They even have an image, satellite image of those little children that would have been married. That was why I got involved. Now, I refused to give them an interview because they were trying to get me to spoil the image of my country. Why should I do that? So what did I do? I wrote to the people directly. And I said, please, I noticed some of these kids are too young. Take them off from that and add people that are more matured. If they had reacted better, I wouldn't have fought. But when they refuse, I'm not the kind that will give up. I don't give up. You want fight, we fight. That is the way it is. I don't run away from trouble, but I don't look for trouble. So that's why I had to go to court to get that injunction. And the right thing ended up being done. Even the people tried to marry them, they didn't even know that they were very younger kids. They didn't know. When I spoke with them, that was when I found out they did not know.
Well, while you stand by your methods, I've seen comments from Nigerians which seems to suggest that they stand by you and your methods because it would seem that you were fighting a good cause, so to speak. With that in mind, do you think that the president was fair to take you out of office? You seem to, I can ask you and you would say confidently that you're a performing minister. And he removed, in quote, ministers that were not performing. Do you think the president was fair to you?
You know, in politics, so many things can be going on that you and I will not know. But all I can assure you is, President cannot do anything purposely to hurt me. He's proud of me. He loved the way I was working. There must be something.
So he could have made a mistake.
No, I wouldn't call it a mistake. There must be something beyond what he could have managed and made him remove me. I'm still in very good terms.
But you didn't try, you didn't bother to ask why.
No, he's not that kind of person. The little I know about him, he won't talk about it. After a while, he will show it.
It's been a while anyways. Let's go back.
It's a while.
Let's go back to the issue with the civil service. As
The strategies, don't forget that.
well, you can say that.
That is the first part, because I want to break this video into 2 sessions so that it will not be so boring or too long. So in this first part, we can hear from the former minister, Uju Kennedy, that the budget she went to defend, or the budget she defended in the House of Assembly, was not written by her. That these budgets were done behind her. And she herself don't even know how those things were entered, and she has to fight with them because they have to meet her and make a plan, and she has to set the agenda of what the ministry will achieve under her. But in her case, things were done behind her. As if that was still not enough. You can hear, I think I wrote some important points there. How, if you speak against this corruption in this civil servant or this agency or in a ministry, many there, including those senior civil servants, permanent secretary, they will say you are putting sand in their gari. If you don't know what these civil servants are doing, if you don't know the implication, everything we are doing, they are responsible. Sometimes we don't forget about them because we always focus on the politicians. You see those civil people working in that all those civil servants. You see those people, we don't know them, so we don't talk about them. But they are the worst part of our society. They are the most corrupt set, or the corrupt middleman in our society in Nigeria. Because they never change. They are always there. Have you gone to do something, let's say, birth certificate or changes of name or anything, even common passport, to renew your passport or something like that? Have you not seen the process you passed through, the suffer you suffered? These are these people. They are there to ruin Nigeria's life, but they are never dragged because they are not politicians. We don't see them, but they are there to destroy us. This is not outsiders saying the thing that is going on, but this is someone who served as a minister of women affairs. That 1.4 billion will be spent on something what 100 million naira can do. People do copy and paste. Just copy what happened last season and paste it. Just repeat the cycle. Notice changes. Have you not wondered, or have we not been crying that? Why is it that every year there is always renovation in the government house. Every year there's always new car. Every year there's always new yacht. Every year you see new cars, you see repair of car, you see buying of furnitures, just like the House of Assembly members. Every year they buy furnitures. Every year they repair furnitures. What are they doing? The same person will buy new furniture the next year. The same person will repair house the next year. The house now, that is how it is. This is how they siphoned our money. So that is the first part. I want us to listen to the second part, then we'll come back to finalize our discussion. That will also give you opportunity to make your comment.
As a woman heading a ministry, would you say you had the support of the staff, the civil servants under the ministry?
To me, except they were pretending, the directors really cooperated with me. I'll give you an example. When I found out the women were suffering, and they mentioned Nigeria for Women project, which they've already used about $100 million. I went to visit the site. I didn't see any machine. I didn't see anything to show that that money was spent. So I didn't feel good about it. They were still using hands to pick out sand, blow out chaffs, use a big pot to boil the rice. That wasn't what I expected that $100 million would have achieved. So I decided to prove a point that it doesn't really take a lot to do this. So I called the directors for a meeting and I explained to them my concern, and they helped me. They helped me by sitting on their board, which the ministers are not part of that board, and awarded the contracts for people to bring in those machines to give to those women, rice milling, corn dechaffing, and all that, including the beans and almost everything they need to make gari and everything that will perfect farming process. So they gave out the contracts. And then we equally visited companies that produce and manufacture these things. And we all went together. I have all these things in tapes. Then at the end of the day, there was no money. I needed to prove a point. Listen, an opportunity was given to me. You don't expect me to fold my hands and don't showcase who I am or my capacity. So I brought out my money to get it done.
How much money?
For about 400 and something million. Yes. And those things were all supplied to these people. They were happy. The wives, I'm saying it openly. If anyone says that I didn't do this, let the person come on air to challenge it.
400 million. 400
and something million. I don't want to misquote. Are you understanding my point? And everything was supplied. They got it. We used the vehicles of each state to supply to 15 states in the federation. Apart from those 15 states they gave out the contract for, I only gave like Bauchi and some other states that were not part of the list. Because each time I'm going to visit them, Mama Oyoyo will come with me, and I take in those things. And at the end of the day, apart from the 30%, I have not been refunded. Now, EFCC came into the matter, and when they continued nosing around, I had to call them. I said, if you need to clarify anything, I'm available. Call me. Because to tell you the truth, everything I did is on
So who brought in the EFCC?
Some people in the ministry. I don't want to mention names. I know them.
Why? I mean, it's your reputation at stake. Why would
Yes, I'm suspecting the pump seekers at the time I was there. I do that. Yes. So because before that EFCC issue started, somebody called me and said he wrote a petition against you and he has taken it to EFCC may call anytime. And I confronted him. I said, did you write a petition against me? He didn't really give me a very cogent answer. And a few days after, EFCC started nosing around, calling people. My husband paid money, started inviting them and doing all sorts of things. So I had to text them. And I said, I'm available. You don't need to be roving. Everything I did in that office, I have it on video. I have it on every money I told you about. I transferred it from my account to where it was meant to go to. I have evidence of payment. I have evidence of everything. Even when we are receiving those things, I have evidence. So when I went to EFCC, the next thing I heard by Suju is in EFCC, blah, 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 that she's coming to explain the issue of 130 something million. 130 something million? So is that the kind of money ministers used to steal? So I went to the EFCC, and by the time I started bringing out my evidences, it was overwhelming. Because even when they wrote in the petition that even the product, they don't even know what I was doing it on my own. I showed video where I, together with ministry staff, to visit the people that manufactured those equipment. We went together, and it was on video. I spoke there on video. And then they said again that even what I brought, they did not see. I showed a video where when those things were coming in, I said, call the desk officers, call the store, call all of them. And right in that video, they all came out, taking notes, bringing it out, checking it, and taking notes. And they said again, the one I did for PBAT case, that the PAMSEC was not part of it, no minister director was part of it. I brought the video where it was even the PAMSEC that made a speech. So everything I did, I challenge anyone. Everything I did in Ministry of Women Affairs, I have video, audio, and bank evidence to back it up.
Is the case still being investigated, or have you been cleared by
They've finished the case. I'm waiting for them to bring out the report so that I can request for my refunds. I need to request for my refunds from the...
So that I do try to just laugh things out. On the second part now, she's accusing the ministry she led of how they budgeted or how they spent $100 million on things that she did with 400 million naira or 400 something million naira. In case you don't know the amount of that 100 million naira in dollars, according to Nigeria dollar rate, depending on where you change your money, it is between 1,400 and 1,500. So let's say 1,500. That is 150 billion naira for an event of 100 people. If that was not even worse enough, the $100 million, what it was supposed to be spent for or spent on, was not even achieved. The machinery, the empowerment, or the thing the women need to empower themselves, were not even given to them. She said that she has to prove them wrong, that what these people spend $100 million for, she could achieve it with 400 something million naira. Do you know that they spent $140 billion naira on it? $140 billion. Sorry, 150 billion naira. And she spent 400 and something million naira. You see the gap? 140 billion against 400 something million naira. And she could achieve the success, she could achieve the goal of the event, which is empowering the women with farming tools, machineries, or some amenities like that. But the civil servants or the agency or the department could not achieve that with $100 million. They could not empower 100 people with $100 million. And I bet you what they did is to call these women, give them a bag of rice. Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Well, that is overgenerous. I kid you not. Maybe they gave them a rubber of rice. Then 5,000 or 10,000 naira and send them away. She also said that even the agency, they don't even know what they are doing. What the Ministry of Women Affairs was just doing is to be having event ceremony here and there. There were never, or there was no empowerment, no women empowerment, no child protection, that she has to spend her money for protecting children. The ministry, the agency failed woefully in their duty. Their core goals or their core duty is to protect children and empower women. And they failed at it, but they are spending money, budgeting billions every year. But if you ask them what have they done with that money, nobody can give you a trace of how they spend that money. But the question people are asking, if she was so good like this, why did Tinubu still sack her? But the big deal is here. There's a rumor that she was sacked because she stopped the mass marriage of children in Niger State. So every other good thing she was doing was of no concern. So because Tinubu is trying to please the Northerners, so she has to relieve her of her duty because of child marriage that she stopped in Niger State. Tinubu is playing politics with Nigerians' life. He doesn't care if the country gets burnt. What matters is that he got the presidency in 2027. On this note, I'll pose this question to you guys. What did you really think, or what is your belief that led Tinubu to relieve her of her duty? That led Tinubu to sack her, if after all she has done? I said it. Nigeria no go better. It is not a cause. Because we better, now what I want. So, what is your belief? Why did Tinubu let this woman go? And do you still believe that Nigeria go better? I'm waiting for your comment section. I'm waiting for you on the comment section. But please, before you do that, if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, share this video, or like it, and drop your comment below because I will be waiting for it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.